everyone. The follow-up for YakuLev after the Ignore Your Partner challenge is here. I am very proud of myself for tying the whole thing I've planned for like over a year. And I managed to tie it this well into the storyline. I'm very proud of myself. Let's get into it. As always, special thanks to my lovely patrons and all of you who subscribe and watch these videos. You're keeping this channel alive and going. Thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy. I'm sorry, Lev. Wait. The world around him disappeared in a bright flash, the color only slowly coming back from the darkness. He coughed, his chest burning and ears ringing, confused as to why he suddenly saw the sky ahead of him. Even breathing hurt like all hell, pain shooting through his back and head as if something was pressing down and up at him at the same time. That is when he realized he was lying on his back, hence why he saw the sky. He tried to lift his head a bit to look around, but his body refused to listen for more than a second. Still, he managed to get a glimpse of something dark and orange before a familiar face appeared in his vision. Strange. He could barely hear the woman's voice, the only indication she was talking being her moving lips. The ringing in his ears slowly muffled until it finally went away somewhat, allowing him to discern some of the words. Okay. What happened? Hospital, right? Forcing his body to move again, he nodded weakly and then finally managed to turn his head, dread filling his whole being when he spotted the darkened, crooked debris scattered all over the ground around them, and also what looked awfully close to a burning fire at the very edge of his field of vision. What happened? The relief on Nakamura's face was short-lived, but it was there at the very least. Oh, thank goodness. Can you hear me well? I guess. What? Panic gripped his mind and heart when he recalled the moments preceding the loud crash. Mori. Where's Mori? He's fine, I promise. Ambulance is on the way for both of you. What hurts? But Lev had little to no mind to pay to his own injuries. He groaned when pain shot through his back as he tried to roll on his side to see better, his heart hammering into his ribs and despair fueling his movement. Nakamura turned him back quite fast, telling him something about being careful on his spine, but that little change of angle was enough for Lev to see, and for the horror to settle in. Their car, or rather what remained of it, turned into a charred pile of burning metal and plastic, similarly to the two other cars parked next to it, though the damage wasn't as bad. There were people running around, and also a group a bit to the side focused on something on the ground. Lev, listen to me, okay? You can't move. You could have injured spine or skull from the impact. Despite the warning, he tried to turn his head again until Nakamura stopped him and forced him to look straight up. Listen to me, damn it! Yaku is being taken care of, I promise. Focus on yourself now. I know you are worried, but you can't do anything right now, so please stay still. A similar despair to which he felt himself seeped into her voice, making Lev obey her command and stay still. However, the dread already found its way to his heart, clenching it in its ice-cold grip. What happened? Nakamura sighed, glancing over her shoulder towards the destroyed car before she turned back with worry written all over her face. We don't know yet. I'll get the team to investigate, but first we need to get both of you into the hospital. With his vision hazing and pain pounding in his head, Lev took a shallow breath and squeezed his eyes shut, desperately trying to erase the dark scenarios from his mind until he heard the emergency sirens. I'm telling you, I'm fine. Just let me go to my fiancé, please. I need to... Aiba-san, please settle down. You've been close to an explosion. We need to make sure your injuries are treated properly. Lev let out a frustrated sigh, clenching and unclenching his fists to have at least some outlet for the bubbling restlessness running through his entire body. Everything still hurt, that was true, but nothing compared to the helplessness he felt. He just wanted to know what happened to Yaku, what was so difficult to understand. Then at least tell me if he's alright. The doctor sighed, but then seemed to take pity on him. I don't know exactly, since I didn't have the chance to talk with my colleagues yet, but from what I've heard when you arrived, he suffered some burns to his back, a blow to the head, and perhaps some broken bones. But I can't tell you with certainty until I finish with you and ask my senior. That was better than Lev expected, though it brought only a little relief. If I didn't stall Mori on the way to the car... He shivered, refusing to entertain that image. They were fine. They got lucky, but they were fine. Or would soon be, for sure. You did get lucky though. To survive such a close blast with just a light concussion and scrapes. You might want to buy a lottery ticket tonight. Lev sincerely doubted they hadn't depleted all their luck for the next 5 years that day, but he appreciated the sentiment. Now he just had to know what was wrong with Yaku. He suffered through the rest of the examination and treatment, his whole body aching as he subsequently made his way through the hospital wing in search of the room his fiancée was supposedly in already. The whole time, he couldn't stop thinking about the look in Yaku's eyes just before everything went dark, the echo of the explosion still resonating in his ears. Why at that moment? Why did the car explode the very moment Yaku headed to it? Was it just a wild coincidence? Or... Lev? He startled when Nakamura spoke to him, making him realize he almost missed the correct door while lost in thoughts. How is he? Do you know something already? He's awake. They gave him some painkillers too, since the doctor said his back is burned and has ruptured eardrum on top of some brain whiplash from the pressure wave. He's super panicked though, so I hope you going to him could help him calm down. Okay, yeah, I wanted to be with him either way. Anything about the explosion? What was it? Why... He stopped, unable to continue. Nakamura's expression also changed, though to Lev's surprise, she looked rather guilty. I can't give you the final answer to that yet before we and the police finish investigating. But from my experience, it looks like a car bomb, probably strapped under it. Yaku got lucky he was far enough from it. If he sat in the car... Please don't say it. Yeah, I understand. But, there's another unpleasant thing. She sighed deeply, and Lev had to hold back to not shake with her shoulders. What? What happened? Is it the maniac sending me the letters? It is, right? It wasn't random. Yeah, it's definitely him. And that's the issue. He wasn't supposed to get anywhere near you or your apartment and car. But... When we did the roll call, one of the guys was missing. Turns out he's been abandoning his post regularly to sneak out for late night dates. Which explains how the stalker got to your car to plant the bomb and also the letters by your door. Lev froze. The realization of how close they've been to danger the whole time chilling to the marrow of his bones. Nakamura seemed to share the sentiment, and Lev could swear he had never seen her look so down and mad at the same time as in this very moment. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I fired him on the spot, I promise, but that doesn't change what happened. I take full responsibility for that, and I'll understand if you won't want to work with us anymore or sue. Lev shook his head at that, though he would lie if he said he didn't want to go have a strong word with said bodyguard. If I sue, I'll sue him, not the company. I think it would be a needless hassle to change bodyguards now. But we'll talk it through with Mori. Okay, let me know when you decide. And let me know how you two are doing too, alright? Yeah. He then finally headed to Yaku's room, confused, mad, afraid, and much more. Despite knowing Yaku was alright for the most part, he still breathed a sigh of relief when he spotted Yaku wiggling on the bed, apparently trying to either sit up or reach something on the bedside table. Wait, I'll help you. Yaku flinched and hissed in pain, his eyes widening when their gazes met. Lev! Oh, thank God, are you okay? I should be asking that. You were so much closer than... No, I don't mean the car. He didn't come around, right? Right? I'm so sorry. I wanted to tell you, I swear, but I couldn't risk that he would... Wait, shh, slow down. He took Yaku's hands, squeezing them gently to hopefully help him settle while he tried to make sense of Yaku's words. What are you talking about? What happened? Taking a shattered breath, Yaku returned the squeeze before he leaned his forehead against their connected hands, looking as shaken as just before the explosion. I was so scared. So was I. What's going on? Why didn't you tell me? Yaku stayed silent for a long while as if collecting strength, and then raised his eyes, the tears pooling in them breaking Lev's heart. I found a letter before I came home. For me. It said you'll get hurt if I don't leave immediately or even tell you about it. I was scared he would actually hurt you if I didn't listen, because he got close enough to get into my things and to our door to deliver the letters already. So I went along. I'm so sorry, I didn't want to hurt you, I just... Lev didn't let him finish and hugged him, careful not to touch his back too much to not cause more pain, pressure building behind his eyes as well. It's fine, he wanted to protect me. But I don't think he was after me today. He shuddered, his blood running cold when the realization hit him in full force. They were wary before. He thought of the possibility the stalker creep could go after Yaku rather than him, to get him out of the way. But it only now dawned on him how critical the situation was. It seemed like the maniac wasn't going to stop from nothing. You need to go to Poland ASAP. Lev, I'm serious. That guy is clearly after you. You need to get out of here. I'll gladly spend the rest of my life in long-distance relationship as long as I know you are safe. A soft sniff sounded next to his ear, after which Yaku snuggled deeper into his arms in a rare display of vulnerability. But Lev wasn't one to judge for that. Definitely not now. 4 days. They needed to protect Yaku for 4 days before his flight hopefully helped to keep him safe until they dealt with the issue here. It didn't seem like too long, but Lev had a suspicion those would be the longest 4 days of his life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. So, how did your guesses go? I think one person mentioned something about car explosion, so points for that. But I'm glad you are thinking about it, and even though your guess may not have been correct, it doesn't matter. I'm still glad you are guessing and actually paying attention. That's awesome and I love it. So we will see how this storyline is going to unwrap. I don't know myself for 100% yet, but I will get to it, don't worry. If you have any requests or ideas, the request form is linked in the video description. See you next time.